He's Ash.
He's David. And this is the Artful Pose.
Let's try it again. Hey everyone, I'm back again. This is Ash from the Artful Pose, and today we're going to be looking at the Masters of the Universe Origins line, He-Man and the Masters of the Universe 2000 edition cartoon Man-at-Arms. Good old Duncan. Yep, this is him. So, I know you don't see a box. We had some sound issues, and I had to reshoot. However, because yours truly, Ash, loves the box art on Masters of the Universe, I decided to keep it. Now, one of the things I do, and you're probably going to think, blasphemy! I don't care. I don't have room for tons of plastic boxes, either on my walls, closets, or bins. And I'm one of those. This is the Artful Pose. I like to take them out and pose them. But what I do like, and I love the art, I like to keep it. So I just cut it out. And look at that art. That is just great. And as you can see, it's as seen on Lessons, which, if you look closely, this is actually part 2 of the pilot episode. So in the corner, you can see Prince Adam first getting the power sword. Oh, look, there's Cringer all scared and Evil Lyn summoning. If I remember correctly, it was asteroids coming down, and there's Beastman and Trapjaw. Oh, that's just epic. And Duncan, oh, look, with the mustache. He's great. All right, so let's look at Duncan. Here we are, Man-at-Arms, 2000X edition. The sculpt on this guy is amazing. Look, you know, those of you who have a mustache know this guy uses some premium product. Look at the shine on that mustache. Beautiful. There's his helmet. Look at all that detail. I love the tunic fur. Very cartoony. Same with the boots. Not a whole lot of paint apps. As you can clearly see, you got some paint here, paint here, and a little bit, but most of it's all sculpted on. This is all sculpted as one piece. So is this, as well as that leg. And pretty bare bones on his traditional mallet. However, no complaints because it's his mallet. Look at that. I remember in the show, what I loved about the 2000 version, it would spin and it could turn into stuff. If I remember correctly, Teela had a staff that can do something similar. But I remember his club, I just thought, oh, that's just so cool. All right, let's get into some articulation right off the bat. He has great head movement, despite the mouth guard right there. Can move back and forth. He has all the standard Master of the Universe origin line type articulation. Can go out, elbow. Because he does have the club, look, he's got the sword hand. That's awesome. He can split. He can do some knees. Now, ankle rockers, the basics, can come apart. This is all a separate piece that is attached right here on the sides. You already noticed that it's kind of popping out. It took a long time to get that peg in there. So just a heads up if you're looking at that. The shoulder pad, I was really impressed with. Check this out. Let me see if I can get a good close-up. It's on a ball joint. So you can get tons of fun posing, and it moves out of the way. Unlike what we saw in one video, let me get him out, with Triclops. He can't do that. It's all one piece. But we know why, because, you know, he's evil. So, of course, he's not going to make it fun. And, yeah, like, get out of here. All right, but here we are. Here's Man-at-Arms. And he has a good grip on here. We have another hand. Doesn't really come with any other accessories. It doesn't really need to. I mean, he could because he is Man-at-Arms, so having a giant blaster would have been nice. However, we do not see that often in the show, so no complaints. He looks great. The scaling, if you're watching one of these videos for the first time, you'll notice that his extremities are a bit longer than your standard Masters of the Universe Origins, which is fine. Because in the cartoon, they were much slimmer, they were taller, more toned. You can tell that they didn't just take roids from birth. They worked at it. So let's see how he scales up to another Masters, and we're going to go with the man himself, He-Man. So as you can see here, He-Man's a little bit taller, but same scale. And he looks great. Absolutely great. And I want to say one thing, that especially with Man-at-Arms right here, the plastic that's being used on these feels great. So as you play with them, it's just fun to hold in your hand, similar to like a fidget toy. But I'm one of those tactile people. I love feeling all the details because it's like holding the cartoon in my hand. Let me see. Who can we use? Well, good old Obi-Wan Kenobi. So here we have Obi-Wan Kenobi from the Hasbro Star Wars Black Series. This is one of the more recent reissues. And as you can see, he's actually taller than Ben. Look at that. Hello there. Hey. All right. So if you want to have them in your Star Wars collection, because if those who know the history of Masters of the Universe, this was when Mattel gave up Star Wars and was just, oh, shoot. We missed out on the biggest franchise in history. We need to come up with something fast, and that made He-Man. Because Conan and Star Wars were popular at the time, and boom, there you go. So if you want to have your Man-at-Arms show up with the Jedi, you could do it. You could so do it. Easy. Especially if you have any of the Hasbro Black Series Clone Wars. It would fit with the same similar type style. So yeah. There you have it. The Masters of the Universe Origins He-Man and the Masters of the Universe 2000X Cartoon Edition Man-at-Arms. He should be arriving in stores across the country now. You can pick them up at Target, Walmart. I got this one at Walmart. Came on time. I pre-ordered them. I couldn't say no. I love that show. And I have no regrets. This is a great, great figure. And what's fantastic is that because it's so base, not a lot of paint apps, you can jazz them up as much as you want. And what's fantastic about this line for customizers, you can pop out all the limbs easily. I mean, you saw me give a little struggle. However, nothing's damaged. And you can paint whatever you want on them. If you want to do some accents, if you want to do some shadowing, easy to do. You can isolate all the limbs. It's a great, great figure. Well, I hope you enjoyed the video. I'm just trying to be as quick as possible. Please leave a comment down below of what you like if you're going to pick up this line. We'd love to hear what you think. And if you have started seeing these in the stores, are you planning on picking them up? If you have picked them up, let us know what you think, if you like them. All right, I know with the He-Man movie coming up soon, they're going to be a sought-after line, so just a heads up on that. I hope you enjoyed. And this is Ash from the Artful Pose, and as always, may all your poses be artful.
Share, subscribe, like, share, subscribe, like, share, subscribe.